G'day! Welcome my friend to WTK, the What to Know Show. This is where I share with you what I wish I had known before I bought the Bowflex Max Trainer M7. I'm your host, Peter Whalen. I got my M7 4 weeks ago. My biggest concern was would I use it. I first proved to myself that I'd work out at home by practicing with a $100 kettlebell. That's a lot cheaper and it provides resistance training, so I continue to do that as well. I'll put a link in my show notes to the kettlebell episodes. I've worked in IT, information technology, for over 30 years, and over half of that as a programmer. So what that means is a long, hard day of work for me involves sitting for hours at a time, reading a screen and typing, not moving a muscle otherwise. So it's not like I'm accidentally going to get some exercise. I have to be very deliberate about it. If you're like me, you'd feel stupid to buy this and then not use it. I first tried to find a used one to save some money. I found lots of barely used treadmills and ellipticals for sale, but no Max Trainers. There must be a lot of happy Bowflex owners. I'm happy to have a new machine, and there's usually some deal going on. I'll put some links in the show notes to help you get the best deal at the time. The Max Trainer has so many great reviews that I didn't even consider anything else. I did get a chance to try out the M5, and it's good, but I like that the M7 has a high reading stand up here. I weigh 233 pounds, which is around 105 kilos, so I wanted something very sturdy. This is great for holding a smartphone or a tablet while you watch YouTube videos like my What to Know show. However, I read about a book a week for work, and I figured instead of sitting, I'd use the M7 at a low intensity while I read. That way it takes no extra time to exercise, as I'm reading anyway. But many of my books are hardcover books, so in order to read a hardcover book, I just put it up here. I kind of get up there and then just read like this, and then I start to go slow like this. The M7 is a beautifully designed piece of equipment. It's like a modern sculpture or an iPhone. I like seeing it at the foot of my bed. These hand grips here feel good and solid, and you got an incredible number of positions where you can put your hands. With a 3-year warranty, I figured the M7 would last at least long enough to get me in shape. So when I try to read, or when I read rather, I try to hold my hips steady so that I'm not bopping up and down like this. You can pick up the foot pedals. If you hear some squeaking, usually it's because of the foot pedals. It takes a bit of pressure to get these foot pedals moving. The maximum height is 20 inches, so your ceiling has to be 20 inches higher than you are, otherwise you're going to be banging your head. It's easy to move the Max Trainer. You just tilt it forward to get it on its wheels. And then, I'm sure you know this, but before you move something, you should unplug it. I know that, but sometimes I forget. But once you have it on its wheels, it's easy to move around. The fan shroud here is designed so that even my 2-year-old's little fingers can't get into it. I have it facing the door so that he or my puppy can't come up behind me and get under the pedals. Also, it prevents my wife from sneaking up and scaring me. That gets my heart rate up real fast too. Do you hate going to the gym? In 14 minutes, less time than it takes me to get to a gym, I have my workout done. No babysitter needed. If you care about your floor, then you're going to want to have the Bowflex Mat, which when I bought it, it came free with it. This mat is all the space you need. It's 36 inches by 58 inches, which means that even a small apartment has room for it. Bowflex has excellent customer service. When I got my Bowflex, it had this piece of paint splatter on it when it arrived. And having spent over 3,000 Canadian on it, I wanted it to be perfect. So I tried scrubbing it real hard to remove the mark, but that didn't work. So I called and asked for a replacement, and they sent it right away. But the replacement was also damaged. So, garbage. I called again, and then they sent another one, and now it's perfect. Nautilus customer service, they own Bowflex, was always helpful and pleasant to talk to. I asked about half a dozen questions, and they answered them all. My second concern was, would I get the results that I wanted? The Max Trainer provides high-intensity interval training. So what does that mean? To me, high intensity means moving like my life depends on it. Because, you know, it kind of does. I believe in this, and it's been tested by research, that he who exercises intensely will later burn more fat. But I think fat loss comes mostly from my eating habits. There are lots of other great reasons to get high-intensity exercise done. For me, I find it improves my energy, have more energy throughout the day. It lifts my mood. It enables me to do the sports I love. I find that I think more clearly when I've exercised. It saves me time over long exercises, and it lowers blood pressure. My blood pressure is perfect. I worried that I'd find it too hard to do, too intense. So the first day, for just a couple of minutes, I got on it to feel the motion of the machine. It's easy on my joints, and a month later, I believe I'll be using this for the rest of my life. I started off with the 7-minute max interval program that ran every day, I ran that every day. And the Max Trainer automatically adjusted the resistance and speed as I got better at it. The hardest part was getting started. The Max Trainer combines elements of an elliptical and a stair stepper in a way that's painless for me to use. I have arthritis, which means that most ellipticals and treadmills aggravate my joints. Another benefit is that I burn calories 2.5 times faster than on a treadmill, and it's twice as easy on my joints. Hey, would you like to know how to burn over 2,000 calories in less than an hour? Just leave your pizza in the oven too long. Anyway, you get an intense workout with this. I'm dripping sweat when I use it. Can I share with you something embarrassing? My wife won't believe that I'm telling you this, but working out at home, I don't have to wear a shirt, which means that there's less stinky shirts to wash. Also, it makes it easy to wear the heart rate monitor that comes with the M7. And by the way, to get it to work, be sure to wet the contacts before you put it on. And also, I can't believe what I'm going to tell you next, but I found that before I begin, if I lather up underneath my arms with a French milled glycerin bar, then it's like I'm scrubbing my armpits for 14 minutes. It doesn't drip, doesn't make a mess, and when I'm done, I'm not stinky and I jump right in the shower. Who else is going to share tips like that with you? Okay, it's time to work out. You start a warm-up by pedaling. You put your hands wherever you feel comfortable putting them, and you can run the Max Trainer backwards. You'll feel the breeze on your legs when you do it. So when I say backwards, I don't mean like this. I mean that the motion of the wheel is counterclockwise. So now I'm going backwards here. So compared to the time, travel costs, and membership fees at a gym, the Max Trainer is my choice. The more people in your house that use it, the more cost effective it is to have it. We're very happy with it, and knowing what I know now, I wish I'd bought it sooner.
The Max Trainer M7 console lights up as soon as you step on it to move the pedals. You get 11 programs to choose from. You get the power interval. It's a 14-minute interval program where the resistance level automatically adjusts based on how you're doing. Interval training alternates between high intensity and low intensity. You get the calorie burn program, which ends once you've burned 300 calories. You get the steady pace program, where the idea is to maintain a constant RPM. Next, you get the benefit mode programs. They are designed for one of three benefits: fat burning, endurance, or performance. You get stairs, which is for performance training. You get the manual program. This is the one I use when I'm reading and want a low intensity. I go slow and read instead of sitting down. It's the main reason I bought the M7. You get the 7-minute max interval. This is the first program I started with. You get the signature 14-minute max interval program. According to the ads, 3 times a week is all it takes. We'll see. You get the 3-minute fitness test. Score where you start and see if you improve. We're back to the max interval 21-minute program. I'm going to try this for the first time. It's been 4 weeks since I got the M7. You can also press this max 14 button to jump straight to that program. The M7 supports tracking of 4 different users. Press the user button to select whichever number you set yourself up with. I get my YouTube show ready to watch during my workout. I listen to it with headphones because when I'm doing the high intensity part, it's a little loud. I press the start button. Down here at the bottom of the screen is the level of intensity indicator. I find it motivating to watch it. I can put my hands in a wide variety of positions as I work out, thanks to the long bars. Look at the outer circle that's lit up. That's the range that I should keep the needle in. You can see my total calories burned so far, which is based on my weight. I entered my weight when I set up the machine. Here we have the different stages of the workout. I'm in the recovery mode, and now I jump up to sprint. There's also the warm-up and cool-down stage. This is the countdown timer. It tells me how much time I have left before the next stage. It's time to sprint for 25 seconds again. This is the high-intensity part of it. This indicator shows how much time is left in my workout, 15 minutes. I'll fast forward through to the next section. This shows what interval I'm in, 5 of 12. This is the resistance level. I'm a beginner, and I'm at level 1 of 20, which I guess is twice as good as having 10 levels. I can adjust resistance by pressing the resistance level button on the right. Level 1 is plenty for me right now. This is the calorie burn rate per minute. It changes based on the speed I go. This is my heart rate. The red flashing heart means that the machine is talking wirelessly to my heart rate monitor that came with the M7. You can use compatible heart rate monitors as well. This is the revolutions per minute, RPM. I'm in recover mode doing 38 revolutions per minute. And in the sprint stage, I jump up to around 80 revolutions per minute. At any time, I could press the pause button or stop pedaling, and the M7 will automatically pause. Pressing the pause button a second time stops the program. This is my last high-intensity interval, 12 of 12. My workout is complete. That was my first time with the 21-minute max interval program. It automatically saved my workout, and I can sync it later with my phone. Now, I'm in the cool-down stage. I want to cool down to get my heart rate back to normal. As I cool down, let's talk about assembling the unit and some of the bonuses. Your Bowflex Max Trainer arrives in 2 boxes. If you think there's a chance that you will be sending it back, then be sure to keep track of how it's all packed. You can pay to have it set up for you, but I didn't. I found it easy with 2 people. Bowflex provides all the tools. It even comes with spare parts. They thought of everything. At the Bowflex website, they have videos on how to assemble it in addition to the manuals. Keep the Allen keys handy. You will need to tighten things up after you've used it a few times. I could press the Add Time button, which adds 2.5 minutes to the current program. I can also use this as a handhold. 11 minutes of cooldown. Man, my heart rate isn't dropping. I'm out of shape. What if I hold the sensors here? Hold the phone. The timer is counting up. These are my average calorie burn rate, my average heart rate, and my average RPM. The cooldown stops when I do. My average burn rate was 6.6 calories per minute. My average heart rate was 139 beats per minute. And my average revolutions per minute was 47. My total calorie burn during the workout was 148. According to their research, the high intensity will trigger some additional calorie burning over the next 24 hours. Press stop twice to end the program. I run the Max Trainer app on my phone to sync with the M7. It keeps track of my workouts for me. Time for the fitness test, which doesn't know which user I am. 150 pounds? I wish. 230, actually 233. Enter my age. I'm 55. You must either be wearing the heart rate monitor or keep your hands on the silver sensors in order for the fitness test to work. Keep the needle in the zone that's lit up in red. Wow, my fitness score is 10. If it was 10 out of 10, that would be great. Too bad it's 10 out of 100. We'll see if I improve over the months and years ahead. Sync that. Didn't work because I have to press stop first. On the app, I can manually force the sync. I hope you found my mega review of the Bowflex Max Trainer useful. And if you'd like to subscribe or like my video, I'd appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Be seeing you.
That's fairly interesting. This is the What to Know Show with your host, Peter Wayland.